Yesterday, the Palestinians officially appealed to the ICC International Court to investigate Israel for war crimes. They claim the IDF willingly committed these crimes during the recent clashes along the Gaza border. Israel has defended its conduct throughout this difficult period, citing countless attempts by Palestinians to overrun or destroy the security barrier. Well, it looks like the United States may be backing up Israel yet again on this one, and ILTV's Brett Allen Smith is here with the story.
Right, so thank you, Natasha. So the White House is now considering measures to punish the Palestinians for pursuing litigation at the ICC. And this is a precedent that actually was already set up by the U.S. law back in 2015 under the Obama administration. Now that law states that if the Palestinians do prosecute Israel in the international courts, then the sitting U.S. president has 90 days to decide whether or not the Palestinians are still willfully pursuing peace with Israel. And if not, this subjects them to an array of possible punishments, and the biggest of those would be the expelling of PLO's office in Washington and the closing of the envoy's facilities in D.C. altogether.
Well, relations between the United States and the Palestinians have obviously deteriorated over the last few months.
Yes.
The Palestinians no longer see the U.S. as a fair mediator in peace talks anyway, after President Trump decided to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. But the White House has chided them for actually stepping away from the negotiating table altogether. Is Trump likely to take this next step and close the PLO's office?
I mean, I think that's a very possible scenario, really, because keep in mind, this is an administration that's already slashed almost half its funds to the Palestinians in recent months, and the PA also recalled its envoy from Washington last week to protest the opening of the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem, as you said. So honestly, I doubt that there's really much consequence left at this point, in Trump's mind anyway, if he goes ahead and executes this law. Now, the only wild card here is that next month, Trump probably is going to roll out that Middle East peace plan. And if he wants even a chance for that deal to see the light of day, he's going to need every scrap of diplomacy left to get the Palestinians back to the table.
Well, the bigger question for now really is is whether or not the ICC is going to end up prosecuting Israel, because the Palestinians, have of course appealed for this in the past. But as far as an actual indictment for war crimes goes, that would be a huge decision.
Yeah, I mean, hard to say, because you're right. This isn't the first time that the ICC has considered investigating Israel. I mean, Israel's conduct in the 2015 Gaza war was under scrutiny, along with the construction of Jewish settlements throughout the West Bank. But full-on charges for war crimes right now for this would be a very serious precedent. Now, the courts are generally pretty slow to make a decision like this because, of course, they have to carefully consider all kinds of evidence surrounding these Gaza border clashes, and considering that this was a situation where over 50 Hamas militants were among the many Palestinians who were killed in those clashes. It's a very gray area, but then again, given the outrage that we've seen over Israel's response to those border clashes, this could be the opportunity that the ICC was kind of waiting for all along to push for those charges.
Well, Israel is certainly prepared to defend itself in court, as it has already done so in the public eye, if that should happen. But thank you for joining us with more information, Brett.
Of course.